What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of your favorite show on Monday nights, besides, the ever classic Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally
Back in
what
the
I
day.
think of every time I say that, by the way. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Shout out wrestling, though.
For real.
For
Back
real.
in the day, man, that was my whole life. That was the
I
best, man.
still got the World Heavyweight Championship hanging on the wall right next to me.
For real. I don't have any of the. We broke all the belts. We used to have the WWE Championship.
Oh, no, I got
with
the real
spinner.
replica, bro.
No, we used to get the plastic ones and hit each other in the face with them like we was really in the WWE.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah.
As you absolutely should, but
I was sadly the one that often got hit in the face, so.
Come on, bro.
I was a little bro. Didn't really get a say in the matter.
I feel you. I'm the youngest. I was still bodying people out here, though.
No, I held my own. It was just an unfair matchup most of the time. Two older brothers.
You're bullying Josh, bro.
No, for real.
That's why he's a supervillain now. That's his origin story.
That's why I like the dark, cloudy days.
I was gonna say that's why you like dark, stormy days. Weirdo. Still concerns me a slight bit.
It's not even like that. I like it because it's dark and cloudy. It's just like the wind. The temperature is almost perfect. Like not too much wind.
So,
all
right,
not too hot.
See, here's what I need to know. Perfect. What's your literal perfect day? Every you can control literally every weather ability.
All right, then if I can control everything, then obviously I want it to be sunny out.
Well, I don't know if that's obvious.
Well, the only reason I like the dark cloud days is because the temperature, like there's not a lot of wind, just the right amount of wind. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just a perfect temperature.
All right, so what's your perfect day then?
It would be like it's a dark, cloudy day, but it's not dark and cloudy. Like the weather would be the same.
Look at this guy. He's killing me. I can't even get any specifics out of it. Well, Josh,
all right, so what do you all right, describe yours then. What do you want? What do you want me to say?
I'm going like 3 clouds in the sky, 70 to 75, and like a 2 to 3 mile per hour breeze. Beautiful.
Yeah, mine's kind of close to that. I'd like more clouds, not like covering the sun, but just more clouds out there because I like clouds. They're cool. I mean, like I used to get super cold at practice and stuff. Like I'd have a hoodie on under my shoulder pads, like when it was like 67 degrees out. Like
Gosh, where are you from?
The Midwest. I live in Illinois. And I hate the cold weather. I lived here my whole life, but I hate the cold weather.
It was literally 45 the other day.
No, I feel you, bro. It's cold over here too.
I no sweatshirt.
No, man, I'm bundled up. Stocking cap on.
Nah, bro, no sweatshirt.
Long socks too. No, I'm usually ankle socks guy. Long socks on recently.
You're no. See, I'm an
ankle sock guy too, but when it's cold, man, I can't do it.
No, I'm ankle socks year round.
Thick socks.
Year round ankle sock guy. I used to
shorts
be
and winter type guy.
What happened?
You a shorts and winter type guy?
No. That's a special breed of white person.
No, I used to have a friend, shorts, ankle socks, t-shirt, snowing outside, just freezing cold.
See, I've never liked oh God, I'm dying. I've never liked long sleeves. That's the one thing I'll say.
I like long sleeves.
I refuse to wear a long sleeve shirt.
No, I fuck with long sleeve shirts.
So like I would always wear a sweatshirt, and then when I would get to school, take the sweatshirt off wearing short sleeves. I would get occasional looks for it. But that's no, hold on, because now I'm gonna get into one of my pet peeves, right? You ready for this? I hate when people say when I'm leaving my house or I'm going somewhere, why are you wearing short sleeves? It's cold outside. I didn't know that my my activity was gonna be outside. I'm going inside.
No, I get
I'm staying inside.
I get that.
Or like, no jacket. Yeah, because I'm going to my friend's house.
No, I get that. Yeah, I hate when people do that too. Like if I'm gonna be in a heated room, then like I'll bring a jacket just for when I'm outside, but I'm taking it off and stuff. Like I get why that gets you bad though, especially because if you're always just wearing short sleeves, it must be all the time, bro.
I'm like, well, since when we having fun times outside, bro? We're in the
long sleeves, man. Long sleeve, I like long sleeves, but it's got to be like a size or two bigger than what I actually wear. Because if it's tight or long sleeves, I hate that. But like when it's a little baggy,
I genuinely couldn't tell you the last time I wore long sleeves. Like in a non-dress up situation where obviously, you got to wear long sleeves because you're wearing a nice little collar. Couldn't tell you. Literally. I have no idea.
I had a class, I think my junior year, where I had to dress up every day. Like it was like a business class, and I had to dress up every day.
You had to dress up.
Like button-up shirt, nice pants, nice shoes. Like it was basically like going to prom every day. Like I would always bring clothes because it was an early class, like 7 a.m.
By the way, I'm good on that.
I always brought a change of clothes. All the other kids in the class would stay in it all day. I'm like, you look nice, but...
And it was every day you had this class.
Yeah, but it also took... Like, it was a cool class. Like, all we did was listen to people talk, basically, and it took 3 periods. So all we had to do was really sit there and do that.
What kind of classes did you have?
It was like an extracurricular class. We got to make our own business. We made money. We made like $8,000, I think, just by throwing like a 5K. And we all got to keep like our sharing
in
stuff
high
for
school.
Our business. Yeah, it was called CEO. Yeah.
Nah, see, now I'm real confuzzled.
Why?
I never heard of such a thing.
It was like from a college, like in Lincoln, and then they did it. You get to talk to a bunch of business owners, and took up 3 periods though.
Never heard of it. Never heard of such a thing, Josh.
It's pretty cool.
Not one time.
It's pretty cool.
Next week I actually not next week. This week, tomorrow, I get to talk to because in my journalism class, I get to talk to. Hold on, I gotta find it. I can't remember his name. I should know his name. This is the wrong class. Look at this. I'm clicking around on Blackboard. Hold on. I think it's Bill Bradley, the former New York Knick.
Bill Bradley.
I think he was in. Let me look the man up. I'll give you the resume.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty good with NBA names. I don't know if I know Bill. He probably played a long time ago. When did he play?
2-time NBA champion, 1977.
So yeah, if he played for the Knicks, 2-time champion, he's black and white era.
Oh yeah, 1970-73 though, champion, All-Star in 73.
Hey, All-Star. Okay, so
consensus first team All-American, 64-65. Mr. Basketball in 61. Oh yeah.
Okay. Shout out Will Bradley.
College basketball Hall of Famer. Well, also a gold medalist.
Oh, that's the biggest goal there. Get that gold medal.
Gold medalist, yeah. Unbelievable.
Shout out Bill.
Actually, 2-time gold medalist? Yeah, 2-time gold. That doesn't make any sense to me. One's the Olympics and one is universe. What? I don't even know what that is. University International multi-sport event organized for university athletes by international universities. Yeah, never heard of it. Can't lie, never heard of it.
Probably one of those
talk to him tomorrow for my journalism class because I don't know why, but whatever. Who cares?
Shout out Bill Bradley.
Facts. All right, Josh. Well, we're idiots and we like to talk about nothing, so we should probably, I don't know, get into something, and that would be the Makachev. I said that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, see, I'm learning things here. And Green recap. Obviously, that was the main event. Josh, did you watch the rest of it?
The rest of the fight night?
Yeah.
I watched the fight before it with Kim first. I don't know her name. But I thought it was pretty good. But I didn't watch any of the other fights, no.
I was at work when the prelim started. I got home.
Actually, no, I watched 2 fights. One guy got cut open. It was nasty.
I watched one of the fights. I can't remember. He made him tap in the first round.
I don't know.
I feel like you tweeted about it. I thought his name was Anthony something.
The fights that I tweeted about, I think it was Joel Alvarez no, that's not his name. Let me look at my tweets.
I mean, I could be absolutely wrong that you tweeted about him. It's always possible.
Well, I tweeted about, I think, just the main event And then if we're talking about the same fight, I don't know if we are.
You know what? Hold on. Look at this. I'm going to go back to the ESPN alerts that I got. Ready for this?
Yeah, Joel Alvarez is the one the first one I tweeted about.
Hold on. I can't find it. Whatever. Not important, apparently. But yeah, I watched a couple, and then I was locked in for the main event, though. Locked in. Josh, what did you think about it, though?
It kind of went how I expected, but didn't want it to. Obviously, Bobby Green only really coming into this fight on technically 3 days' notice about like he's actually in. But props to him for taking the fight. He came in there, and I thought it was pretty balanced to start. I mean, Islam was throwing a lot of leg kicks, and Bobby Green was doing what Bobby Green does, acting like it didn't even touch him or anything. But then, he got taken to the ground and pound won. I mean, that's kind of what we all expected, but we really want to see Bobby Green shock the world. But, I mean, he's an unranked guy, just came off a fight a week ago, fighting the number 4 ranked guy in the division. So, kind of a tough matchup there. But, yeah, I mean, that's Islam. That's what he's been doing for a while now, is getting people to the ground, and they can't do anything about it. They either get choked out or ground and pounded, or it's a tough fight. But props to Bobby Green for taking it and actually stepping in there with him. But yeah, there's other things going on with Islam too, but we'll get into that when we talk about UFC 272. But it was a good fight, exactly what I expected. But yeah, didn't want that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have anything coming into the fight, like any thoughts on it. I didn't really know who Green was. I knew who Islam was. I knew he's a bad man, and I was going to pick him no matter who he fought. By the way, last week when I was thinking of him, wrong guy that I thought of in my head, though. Wrong guy.
Who are you thinking of?
Who's the dude with like the scar on his lip, and he said he would kill everybody in his post-fight interview, like a while ago. I can't remember. Monique, what's going on? Shout out the Color Cast.
He said he'd kill everybody?
Yo, Monique, you're actually going to know this. He has a scar on his lip, and he was like, I kill everybody in the post-fight interview. Oh my God. Oh my, he's going to annoy me now. I know I looked him up on YouTube too. That's the thing that's going to annoy me the most.
Scar on his lip. Now I'm just thinking of.
Oh, and he's a bad man.
He probably is. And when you say it, I'll probably remember it. But
you know what? Now look at this. Now I got to go to YouTube. Oh, hold on, Monique's the brain's working for Monique too. She said, "Oh, that's usually a good sign." That's who it is. Listen, I'm gonna butcher his name.
Spell it.
It's Kamzat. Shimaev.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I can't say. I'm not very good with names. It's very difficult to pronounce some of these names. Chimaev?
When did he say that? Kamzat Chimaev is his name, yeah, but I don't remember him. Who did he beat when he said he killed him?
I don't know.
He is a beast, though.
That's who I was thinking of when I was thinking of Islam, by the way.
He is a beast, man. I'm pretty sure he's in Khabib's camp, too.
But, exactly. It's fine. I knew that they were both good, so I was going to be right.
I'm pretty sure Khabib's training both those guys. Yeah, they're both beasts. That's one of those. It's okay to get mixed up. Like, obviously, you're wrong, but like you're so close. Like, they're both very similar in how they fight. I'm pretty sure they're both in Khabib's camp, so I get how you could get that.
Listen, I'm perfect 95% of the time. That 5%, man, it comes out every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. But yeah, that's who I was thinking of. But it didn't matter because Islam, an animal. Absolute beast. And, they keep talking about next steps, right? Like, do I really got to see him fight somebody else, bro?
Chimaev? I mean, Makhachev?
Islam, yeah, whatever.
Got me messed up now. Well, actually, let's get into UFC 272 because there is a chance he's fighting this Saturday. So the fight originally, the main card, the co-main event, was Rafael Dos Anjos and Rafael Fiziev, but Fiziev is out. He's sick. He can't fight now, And on Twitter, Islam said, at 170, let's do it. We have unfinished business, to Rafael Dos Anjos. And Dos Anjos responds, at 165, the division you created, he's down. And then Islam says, you looking for a way out again? Because he doesn't want to fight at 170. But it's confusing to me because Islam just fought at 155. If he's giving you 165, why would you take 170? But then
Monique, hold on. I got a breaking. Monique, I just saw. You want the hot seat real quick? Is that what I'm looking at here? Actually, I can put you in the co-cast because technically Josh isn't even here. Monique, you let me know.
I think. But also Paul Felder Felder. He fought Dos Anjos on I think 3 days notice or 1 day's notice a couple years ago. So he also wants to get in there. So that's going to be very interesting. But the UFC 272 card it looks pretty good. Dana White is always about marketing. So Greg Carty, who's 4-4 in the UFC, is once again on the main card because he's a well-known name and everybody hates him. So why wouldn't Dana put him on the main card? He's taking on Sergey. I don't even know how to say his last. I think it's Spivak or Spivach. Sorry for butchering that, but yeah, we're all rooting for Sergey. Obviously, we don't want Greg Hardy to win. But then we have Kevin Holland and Alex Oliveira. Kevin Holland, I mean, the reason he struggled so much as of late is mainly because of his ground game, and he's kind of been working on it a lot. They have this UFC event where it's only grappling and wrestling. And
Josh, we got Monique on the line now, huh?
Hey, shout out Monique.
I don't know if Monique. Listen, this is going to be a little difficult because I gotta put the phone next to the speaker so everybody can hear Josh. I got Monique next to the headset, but we're going to make this work, people, because not only we talking MMA, but we have a MMA professional over here talking about it with us. So, Monique, you got any thoughts on everything going on, what we're talking about? Because, listen, I'm kind of dumb, so.
Basically, I'm, totally agreeing with Josh. Definitely, fuck Greg Hardy's. Sorry for my language, people.
Oh, no, it's beautiful. I love it.
We don't stand for that kind of behavior, So, for sure, I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know if Sergey is gonna win, but I really hope so. Greg Hardy has a mean punch, so it's anyone's game at this point. But he's not as good as what people say he is. He got knocked out by Tai Tuivasa. You know what I'm saying? And Tai Tuivasa is up and coming, and he's climbing through the racks and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But what's called in terms of Chimaev, when you're talking about he's a beast. Islam is a beast as well, but Islam I think is more into sambo and wrestling, and then Chimaev is definitely into wrestling, but he's definitely more into jiu-jitsu as well, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts on all that. What do you think, Josh? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think they're pretty similar. They're both in Khabib's camp, right? I'm not wrong about that.
No, you're right.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I agree. I think obviously Islam does most of his work on the ground, and that's where he likes to be. And Chimaev is just as good as him on the ground, but he definitely goes more towards stand-up.
Chimaev is all around, he is so good all around kind of thing. Islam is mostly you said on the ground. He does most of his work. He strikes as maybe almost as good as Khabib, but not that much. But Chimaev is more well-rounded than Islam, in my opinion. And anybody can fight me on this, but it's definitely true. Because Islam is a beast, but you only see him a beast because he wrestles people and throws people, on the ground. You don't see him really strike much, you know what I'm saying? So, and you see Chimaev just pressure people down. And then, obviously, he gets, a choke or something like that, or gets them to the ground and does what he does best. So, that's my opinion.
Monique, now play Dana White for me. You take over his body. What's the next step for both of them? What do you do?
Chimaev, definitely Gilbert Burns. I'm really excited about that matchup. I know probably Josh is really excited about that. Gilbert Burns have been asking for Chimaev, for a long time. I think it'd be a good challenge for him because Gilbert Burns has, he's really good on the ground, but his striking has gone significantly really well, and it'd be really interesting to see both of them do that. Islam, it'd be interesting to see him fight Dos Anjos, but at the same time, I still think he deserves a title shot, in my opinion. He's what, 10 in a row or something like that? Like, what else do you have to prove? You know, obviously you didn't get to fight Neil Dariush, which was, like, you know, devastating for us to watch because, like, he just faced Bobby Green. And no offense to Bobby Green, but he's just not as, like, high caliber as Neil Dariush kind of thing. So, you know, those are my opinions about next steps. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Islam gets another shot at, you know, facing someone or he gets a title shot. So we'll see.
Perfect.
I agree. I definitely think he needs to. If he's not going to get a title shot, he definitely should fight someone 1 through 3. I think he's better than fighting people below him at this point. And then Chimaev and Gilbert Burns is going to be amazing because Burns before he took on who did he fight? Usman or I think it was Usman. Yeah, and before he took him on, he was on a tear. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, Monique, I appreciate you. You're our MMA queen forever, and you're a perfect matchmaker for Dana White. You know what I mean? Take over. Why we need a little we need some flair in there, Dana. You know, listen, step aside. You know, you're still gonna make your money. You know, making weird TikToks about food. So you know, get Monique in there. Listen, let me tell you something. On my bingo card, I did not have Dana White making food TikToks. Didn't have that on the bingo card. Can't lie.
It's to get sponsored, though. That's why.
I didn't know it was sponsored either. But still, wasn't on the bingo card. Was not there. All right, Monique. I think we're gonna move on from the MMA world.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Thank you, Monique.
Thank you. Always the best. But yeah, listen. There you go. We get a surprise guest. We get more information because, listen, you know, I'm getting there. I'm trying. But, you know, you can only learn so much in such a period of time. Because I feel like there's just so many people, bro. Like, I feel like I get to know some people, and then, like, they're not on a card for, like, three cards in a row. And I'm like, every single person I've seen on this card is new.
Yeah, when I look at the cards, like I'll be like, all right, I think I know that name, but then it's not until like they show the promo right before the fight, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was from like a month and a half ago. It's just so hard to keep up because, like you said, there's so many fighters. They only fight like 3 to 4 times a year. It's tough to keep up with them.
Well, you know what, Josh? It's not hard to keep up in the NBA. Because, listen, we're getting into it now. We're past the All-Star game. This is when, the casuals, this guy, start to actually watch a little bit. Listen, I like to throw the NBA games on in the background. See, I do with NBA like most people do with baseball. A lot of people throw baseball on in the background because, you know, it's there with you every day. That's what I kind of do with basketball. You know, Josh, I had the Laker game up last night, but then Euphoria, the last episode, came out, so... You know,
I think I'm going to start watching it next week when nobody's talking about it anymore.
Oh, don't get it spoiled. Major event last night.
Everybody just keeps saying names out there and stuff. And somebody posted a clip from the finale, and I saw the very beginning of it. I was like, that looks crazy. I'm going to not watch that or read anything surrounding it. But yeah, I haven't seen as many spoilers.
I'll just say this: there's things in TV shows that you know are going to happen, even when it looks like it's not going to happen, and it still pisses me off.
Yeah, no, definitely, because you're like, oh, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. You kind of accept the reality before, but when it does happen, you're like, God.
Exactly. Like you know what's going to happen, and then on the show, they're like, oh, it's not going to happen, and then it happens, and I'm like, you know what? You people. Really,
man. Speaking of TV shows, people got to leave The Walking Dead alone. Okay,
I haven't watched Walking Dead since.
I couldn't even tell you. It's not what it used to be. Obviously, now I have the characters.
Wait, hold on, Josh. Dead. More important conversation going on right now. Christian really just said Zendaya's not that hot, by the way.
Yeah. Christian, you're
stop
done.
doing drugs.
You're done.
You're
fired.
Literally higher.
You're fired, Christian.
That's crazy.
She's gorgeous. Crazy. That's my future wife you're talking about. So why don't we cut that out?
See, my future, I'm telling you, bro. I don't even think you can blame me for this. Mila Kunis. Oh
yeah.
That 70s show, Mila Kunis.
Now, growing up, my future wife, Jessica Alba, forever. Was always like that.
I think that 70s show, Mila Kunis, was probably my crush growing up.
I never watched that 70s show.
Are you kidding? Really? I
had a girlfriend who used to force me to watch it, and I didn't. I was watching other shows at the time. I didn't want to watch it, so it kind of threw me off a bit, and I've never really wanted to watch it again.
Oh my god!
I know it's good though. Like I've seen it, I've just never seen it all. Like I've watched it, just not all of it.
I binged it when it was on Netflix.
But you hate The Office. You hate The Office.
So The Office is terrible. That's why. Couldn't get through the first 15 minutes of it.
That's so dumb.
15 minutes. I said I'd rather.
You know what show I would rather
spend 15 minutes cutting my grass with scissors.
Connie, you can't tell me the first 2 whole episodes of Breaking Bad aren't absolute ass when you first started watching it.
Bro, what you mean? We had this man Walt.
But we didn't know who Walt was yet. All we got to see was him go to a car wash, come home. It's all stupid. Like it was not good.
He was out here escaping from the cops.
Not yet. Not the first 2. Like the first 2 episodes, he's just finding out he has cancer. That's it. It did not. Wasn't the Walter.
So he crashes the RV, and you think he's going to get arrested.
That's the very beginning. Then you have to watch it to see what happens. But
that brings you in.
It goes from that to literally just watching a guy live a normal life. That's
guess what? It goes. The Office went from trash to even worse in the first 15 minutes.
No. Well, yeah, probably exactly. That's what I'm saying. You gotta give it a chance. The same way you can't just give up on Breaking Bad because Bryan Cranston just working at a car wash.
Bro, Bryan Cranston. What are you talking? What a casting! Oh
yeah,
unbelievable.
Walter White, all-time great character. But I was gonna say, The Walking Dead. People need to leave it alone. All right.
I did see your tweet about it today. You're a little passionate.
It's getting crazy. It's gonna be because I think it's 3 parts. This is the final season, and it's part 2 right now. Only 2 episodes come out. It's getting crazy, man. It's gonna get crazy. That boy Daryl, he's crazy, man.
I am curious how it ends. I'm not.
And Rick's coming back, man. He's got to be.
See, the only reason I knew that Rick was gone was because I watched a YouTube video with him about it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like I'm so out on it.
They definitely fumbled.
I think the last episode I watched was the
bridge scene where he died.
No, hell no! I never made it that far. When Glenn died.
Oh yeah, with Negan. Negan's I mean, the whole show is different now. Obviously,
I know that Negan's got on a great character arc. I know that as well.
I'd say it's, I don't know. Like they made it. It was about to be great, and then like they just mess it up so much. Like they have the right storyline going, and then they're like, you know what? Let's go way over here and talk about these people. And then when we start liking them, let's go back to those people. It's like, no, come on. Like they definitely fumbled it, but I can't give up on that show, especially now that I know it's the end. And
I just want to know how they end it, because if everybody dies, I'm going to be tight.
That's what I'm curious about. Like, are you going to kill everyone, or are you going to send it off? Because they have 2 other spin-off shows too, and
there should be a cure.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
I'm telling you, there should be. Halo series coming out, Christian said. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that trailer looked fire. That show's gonna be so good.
Rick is gonna wake up from his coma. I would be so mad. Do you know how mad I would be?
Badass. If it was all a dream, and he's just, that would be the worst. I hate when shows.
Isn't that how George Lopez ended?
Yeah, I think so. Like he woke up or something. And George Lopez, man,
a great show.
Great show.
There was nothing like waking up at 3 a.m. when you left Nickelodeon on.
His wife in that show? Another one. Did you see George Lopez midair?
Oh, yeah. Gosh, what a time. What a time. Oh, yeah. On Paramount Plus. Yo, shout out Paramount Plus. I have it free for a year. I don't know why. My dad just randomly told me that I did one day, and we have it. Okay, listen. I said NBA, and then we went on a 15-minute
Detour.
Listen, you know what? This is why you come to this show. We're fantastic. We're unbelievable. Yellowstone 1883 parlay goes.
I've been wanting to watch Yellowstone. My dad watched it. He said it's really good, but I have not gotten into it.
I need your username and password. Look at this. Christian said I got you. Look at us. Look at the USN people coming together.
Beautiful.
Shout out CJ. That's the only reason I have ESPN Plus. Feel me? Anyway, Josh, I see you have a little game for me to play here. A little over-under, eh?
I do. I got 5 over-unders for you. And we're going to start with RJ Barrett.
Play along in the comments too here, people. Michael, I see you. Christian, I see you. We're playing over-under right now. And I want everybody to play with us.
RJ Barrett's points per game this season. Over-under 16.
It's over.
It's over? Final answer already?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna give everybody. We gotta give everybody else a chance to comment and say.
Let's see.
Say what they think. Over under 16 points per game.
Over under 16 points per game for RJ. I'm going over. I believe it, and I think it's because I know the answer to this because I know that they were talking about it on the Michael K show, which I love. Shout out Don LaGreca, by the way, recovering from COVID pneumonia.
Shout out Don.
Doing great
Friend
though.
Of the show.
Friend of the show. Can say friend of the show. All right, Josh. I think we gave everybody enough time.
It is over.
18.4?
18.7.
I only know that because I was listening and they said, imagine if he could actually shoot free throws, he could average like 20. Because I think he's shooting like 60%, and last year it got up to like 70. And then, see, look at this HG. Under?
Tough. I would have gone under too, just because of how bad the Knicks are so far this year. Julius is only averaging like 18, 19. So I'd figure, RJ's might be down too. But you got that one, 1-0. Next up, Tyler Hero. Over under 18 a game.
18?
Off the bench.
I'm going to go under because if it's over, I'm shocked.
Give people time to answer.
Like more than 18 off the bench. You're getting into
six man of the
year conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
6 man of the year, said Michael. He said over. HG's going over as well. Okay.
All right. Well, the answer is over.
Wow.
20.3 points a game.
How many?
20. 20.3. Off the bench.
20.3 off the bench?
6 man of the year type numbers.
That's 6 man like Lou Will. Shout out Dre.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a big reason. The Heat, with all their injuries, he's been a big reason they've been able to be at the top of the East still.
Interesting.
Next one. Off of points, we're going with rebounds.
Okay.
Luka Doncic. Over under 7.
I want to say over. Michael also says he'll be a starter next year, but Oladipo is about to come back soon, so who knows?
I like him off the bench because as a starter, I mean, it's just a tough spot. They have the defense to have him as a starter, but having him off the bench is just really nice.
Michael's going under. HG's going under. I'm going over. Sage, I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where it's like 7.2 type of situations. That's what
I never do that. I'll never do that. But it is over.
Let's go.
9.2 rebounds. Luka's almost averaging a double-double outside of assists. He's averaging like 8.9 assists too, though. So, I mean.
That's out of pocket.
And it sucks, though, because the Mavs stink. Get Luka some damn help. It's just not fair, man. He needs help out there. He got rid of his help. Dinwiddie did put up a nice game in that comeback against the Warriors.
I'll still say Kristaps is so overrated. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know. He's just kind of disappointing at this point. We saw him at all-star level. It's just he can't get back to it. I don't know if it's all the injuries.
Injuries.
Yeah, I mean, being that big and moving the way he does, it's tough to stay healthy.
And weighing about 45 pounds.
Yeah. All right, 3-point percentage.
Okay.
And what would you like? A good 3-point percentage is a little bit under 40. Like if you're shooting 40%, you're a good 3-point shooter. Like, you're knocking them down. Bradley Beal, over under 36% from 3.
He's hurt, so he hasn't played, so his numbers can't fluctuate here. I know for a bit it seemed like he was struggling, if I remember. 36, you said?
Over under 36%.
36% from 3 for Bradley Beal. I want to say
under.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with HG here. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under.
All right. You were both correct. It is under. Bradley Beal is shooting 30% from 3 this year.
Yeah,
it is a tough year. And it sucks, really, because, I mean, Kuzma's taken a whole nother step. That team has got some players, but they haven't been able to stay healthy. They've had to make some moves, too. Dinwiddie didn't work out for them. Now they're just waiting to see if Kristaps is good. But a good squad over there. Just a tough year for Beal. Next one. This is not current players. This is a career high. Like, is this player's career high? Blocks for JaVale McGee. Over under 8.
8 blocks. Career. Now we're talking a career high. Why? I feel like I remember him going crazy in a game for the Warriors. I'm gonna go with over, and I'm gonna say it's like 11.
HG, what are you thinking? You going over too?
HG's going over as well.
Okay. And that made JaVale. He's had an up and down career. Shaqtin' a Fool legend.
MVP, Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah. And now he's the champ 3 times. And it is over. JaVale McGee against the Bulls in 2012 put up 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 blocks.
Wow, that was close too.
Triple-double with blocks from JaVale McGee, a young JaVale. That was when he was with the Wizards, him and John Wall. Yeah, 12 blocks. Originally that was gonna be Serge Ibaka, but then I was looking at like career highs in blocks, and I was looking at it was all like Shaq, Dikembe. I see JaVale's name across there. I'm like, JaVale McGee? Like, no way. I mean, yeah, man, had 12 blocks. Yeah,
that's it?
Those are all the over-unders.
Josh, I thoroughly enjoy this game, by the way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start bringing it back for each week.
I was gonna say listen, people. If you got any suggestions for us, either you want to see us, do play a little game on the show, let us know.
We could bring back the Guess Who. We could bring back Guess Who sometimes.
Can bring back the Guess Who. Maybe bring back top 5 lists. And listen, I don't even think. Listen, we have clearly shown we're great with pop culture. We might even have to. We don't even got to keep sports.
Right? Yeah.
Great. We're pop culture legends over here. Clearly.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll make a top 5 anti-hero list. TV version.
I like that.
Might have to, because I already know who my 1 and 2 are.
Really? I don't know. It'd be tough for me to decide.
I absolutely know who 1 and 2 are. Easy.
See, I know who they are. It's just who am I putting 1? Like.
Interesting. I might have to now. I'm intrigued. All right, Josh. Well, let's see here. What do we think the contenders in the East? Who are they? Who do we really think they are?
Honestly, I think the East is super strong.
Isn't that a weird thing to say too, by the way?
Yeah. Like
after all these years of the East being the least, man. And
like I
was out West.
I have 6 teams out of the East I really think could win it all this year. 6 teams.
Wow. Okay.
And it's been a while since you've been able to say that. Like
it was usually a cakewalk.
Yeah, it was usually very top heavy with LeBron and one other team for a glory year. But my contenders, I think Miami clearly should be a contender. They're very deep, and they're getting healthier. They just need to get Kyle Lowry all the way back and keep guys healthy for the playoff run. But they're obviously contenders. Chicago, I think DeMar DeRozan. A lot of people said it was the worst signing of the offseason. Clearly, that is wrong. He's an MVP candidate. So I think Chicago definitely has a chance. Also, if they can stay healthy. For all these teams, it's obviously assuming they're healthy on the playoff run. Philly, I didn't think I'd say it after the trade. I thought giving up Seth Curry and Drummond for Harden. Obviously, when you say it like that, it sounds like probably that's all they gave up because Ben Simmons wasn't even playing. But I didn't know how well Joel and Harden work together, but they look amazing right now. It's pretty crazy to see. Obviously, defending champs, the Bucks. Obviously, they're always going to be a team in there, and a team a lot of people don't talk about because they're so up and down. But Boston, when they're hot, and they have been hot lately, they are almost impossible to beat.
You just made Mark cry a little bit.
Especially with the pickup of Derek White, too. I think that's a huge pickup. Josh Richardson is kind of fallen off on teams he's been on recently in his career. Getting Derek White for him is huge. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, when they're playing together on a cohesive level to where they're reading each other, and when they're on the break together, it's just insane to watch. And their young guys have been stepping up a lot too. So I think if they're hot during the playoffs, they can make a run. I mean, Tatum's been in the conference finals like 3 times already. LeBron's no longer there. It's as open as it can be for them right now with how good they are. So I think they're contenders. And obviously, if New York lets Kyrie play, the Nets are contenders. But if Kyrie can't play in the playoffs and home games, even if they're the 8th seed and don't have home court, it's going to be very tough for KD to do that throughout the entire playoff run. Obviously, if Ben Simmons plays and Seth Curry's playing well, they picked up Goran Dragic. They're a good team, but I think they're contenders. But with Kyrie, they're the clear favorite. It's just going to be, is he going to be able to play at home games? So it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, those are my 6 contenders in the East.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only one I wouldn't put in there, and like you said, you made Mark cry happily. I'm going to make it sad. I don't think I can put the Celtics there. Like, I want to. It would be interesting. I don't know. I think it's just the too much up and down thing. Like, I can understand, you have your moments, but I mean, they were awful, and then they were really good, and then it's just too roller coastery for me in a way. I would like, my pick to win the championship to be a little bit more consistent there. Bucks 100%. I mean, Giannis is. I mean, do we argue he's the? I mean, I guess I argue that he's not the best player, so I can't really say that.
Every year it changes. It changes every year, man.
Because I still think, I'm telling you, when KD's healthy, I refuse not to take him. But hey, he hasn't been healthy, so by default, I have Giannis being the best player. Listen, I know Embiid's doing unbelievable things. I know Jokic is still unbelievable. Ja has been great this year. Don't care. Especially if Giannis can somehow, I mean, this man casually some games, will just pull up and start hitting shots.
No, he's confident in his shot. Like once it starts falling, man, it's gonna be over.
Like if he gets a pull up jumper, you can literally cancel.
The good thing is he thinks he has it. That's the good thing. Like he's confident in shooting it, like he's Steph Curry. Like he pulls up like that sometimes.
Like you can cancel the season. You really can.
Yeah.
So you obviously go with the Bucks. The Heat, yeah. They've looked good. I mean, they've been injured all year. They have been injured basically all year. So if they can, it was kind of like the big 3 Nets when Harden was there. They just can't seem to all play together. So if they can all play together, I would have absolute full faith in them as well. Like you said, the Bulls. I mean, they've also been. What's going? All right, see now I'm confused. Oh wow, I just accidentally hit my desk. Here's what I'm a little confused with Levine. I'm a little confused because as a casual, like I said, I didn't pay attention too much. I could have swore that I saw something about him having to go see like a foot doctor to see if he needed surgery, this, that, or whatever. And then all of a sudden he was playing in the All-Star game.
Yeah, he was having knee troubles before the All-Star break, and he flew to LA to see a knee specialist, and pretty sure he got cleared. I think he missed. I think he just because he played in the All-Star game, so I just assumed.
What I'm saying. So like, is he good or not?
Yeah, I didn't see any reports after they said he went to the specialist. Didn't see anything about what the specialist said, but I'm assuming he's good because he's playing.
All right. So with Levine there, I agree because I think if he was to go out, it would be a big blow to them. I couldn't see that.
Lonzo will be back for the playoffs. Lonzo and Caruso will be back for the playoffs too.
I low-key forgot they were out too.
Grayson Allen committed a crime, and Lonzo got a little tear in his knee.
Yeah. 76ers, that's meshing very well. Obviously, that is until the honeymoon phase ends, and all of a sudden Harden wears his fat suit again and gets out of gets out of Philly in case something happens. So, but hey, usually the honeymoon phase with Harden lasts about a year. So the 76ers got it for at least a little bit more. I mean, what did he have? Like 29, like 16 and 10?
Yeah, 5 steals
against the Knicks. Yeah. So if you're going to put numbers up like that and Joel's going to hit, like what I think he hit 24 out of 27 free throws, like, yeah, you're going to have a problem over there. By the way, you want to talk about a problem? Yeah, we got to stop doing drugs, people.
I agree.
These people talking about Kobe, Shaq with Harden and Beal. Calm down.
Yeah.
Can we take a step back?
Like, come on now. That's the greatest duo, arguably, of all time. They get 3 rings, and then we'll have a conversation.
Yeah, like take a breath here, people.
Yeah.
And then the Nets. Like, it all really does depend on who can play and when they're going to play. The thing that is kind of strange to me is like Simmons still isn't ramping it up. Like, why? Yeah. What's the wait?
I don't know.
Like, he's still doing individual workouts. I believe Steve Nash said that KD's going to come back next week. I think he said that. No, not even next week. This week, because I think they have a back-to-back with the Raptors starting tonight.
They play tonight.
And then I think he said he might be back on Thursday. So KD back Thursday. You pair him with, Kyrie in away games. And then hopefully when Simmons comes back. And that's the thing, right? Like you said, you don't believe that they would be able to win without.
Because I'm assuming, like, I don't know. I think Kyrie's got to be there for them.
But see, here's my thing, right? I think KD and Simmons is going to play. Like, I would imagine he's going to play at least, or else this is going to look real weird. I think Simmons, Curry, Drummond was the real low-key pickup for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had nobody to defend anything or grab rebounds, and now Drummond can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think KD, Simmons, and all that, they could steal a game very easily. I
agree. I just don't think, I don't know. That's just too much stuff happening in the locker room. You're going to have limited games getting to know how Ben Simmons is on the court. You already get limited games out of Kyrie. I think chemistry and team chemistry is very undervalued in the NBA now. It's all about star power and who you got, but being able to play with them is huge. So I don't know. I could easily see it happening. I wouldn't put them, like, if they had to play the Bucks in a 7-game series and they only get Kyrie for 3 games and Ben Simmons is only play with KD for 20, I'm taking the Bucks again.
No, but they would get Kyrie for 4 if they don't have home court.
Yeah, I said 3.
Yeah,
they get him for 4, but I don't see them sweeping that away in Milwaukee just because they have Kyrie. I don't know. It'd be very tough to do. I could see how they are. I mean, I wouldn't argue that you have them as contenders. Just for me, no Kyrie, limited Ben Simmons.
No, it all depends on if Simmons is going to play.
Right, and that's still a massive if.
I was going to say, if Ben doesn't and it's just KD again against the world.
And KD's got good chances there, but it's tough.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you think of like these teams with, big threes and very talented players as not being deep. Like the Nets, they got some players.
Oh no, they got like all former All-Stars.
Like you got LA there.
Like Griffin can still play.
Killing the midi.
And then picking up Goran Dragic too.
Dragic, Patty Mills is out here. With like I think what is he? I think he has a career high in points this year. You got Drummond, you got Claxton there.
Seth Curry now too.
Seth Curry. So like, it's not like they're extremely top heavy like we used to see with probably those Warrior teams where it was the big 4 realistically, and then everybody else was like, who the hell are you? Like they got some players over there. So KD was doing it with not great people last year, and he was what I would say about a quarter of a James Harden.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at how close he came. I mean, if Joe Harris is Joe Harris in that series, they probably win. And if KD had smaller feet, they win.
That's the other thing. Imagine if Joe Harris comes back this year.
Yeah, and plays good too. But that's another if with Joe Harris too. But that's why they pick up Curry, I mean, I think they're deep enough if they're fully healthy, but I don't know, man. It's just tough. There's just so many factors going on there.
Just imagine running out your killer lineup, though.
Yeah.
Of just
Kyrie, Ben, KD. Who would you also run? I mean, probably KD and Ben could be the bigs, and you have Seth and Joe Harris out there. Like that'd be nasty.
Joe Harris. What would you? Well, let's see. You would have Ben, Kyrie, KD, 2 spots left. Yeah. Throw out.
I'm putting the shooters out there. Give me Seth and Joe and Ben.
I was going to say, like that's your killer lineup. Imagine.
Can't guard that.
That spacing and Ben being able to penetrate.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. I'm good on that. Trying to defend that one. But whatever. We'll see. Hopefully everybody comes back because I just want to see them play.
Yeah.
I especially want to see KD play because, well, I was going to be right. I was literally going to have him as I had him as my MVP. I was going to be right, and then the man got hurt.
Hey, Michael Porter Jr. might come back this week, so your wild MVP pick might happen. Who knows? He comes back, averages 40.
Imagine he averaged see, here's my thing. What do you do in that situation?
What do you mean?
What happens if he comes back for 25 games, averaged 50?
Yeah, and you're like, how can we not give him the MVP?
Do you give him the MVP? Now. I feel like you have to.
If he's averaging 50, yeah.
Imagine he averaged 58 and 8.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But they always do that. I mean, there's always players in seasons where they put up great numbers, but they only played 58 games, so they give it to the guy who averaged worse numbers, but for 78 games. So
I don't care, bro. 58 and 8 is getting my vote every time. Every time. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We need to give our votes of confidence over there on the West Coast as well. We did the East. Now we got to travel on over to the West Coast as well. Contenders over there, and I think it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. And listen, I might get some heat for this, but it's okay. I'm willing. You can give me a couple teams. You can give me the Warriors. You can give me the Suns. And I fall off a little bit there.
I don't fully agree because I got 4 teams that I do think could win it all. Obviously, the 2 you just named, the Warriors and Suns. Chris Paul will be back for the playoffs. Those are obviously the top 2, the 2 dogs. You got to beat them if you want to get to the finals. And the 2 teams I do think have a chance at beating them to get to the finals. A team that, we kind of have always wanted to be like, yeah, they're contenders, but are they really? I think this year the Utah Jazz are contenders. I think they're playing.
That was the team that I refused to put in.
I'm putting the Jazz in there. Obviously, the Joe Ingles injury hurt, but they were able to trade him away and get some more depth on that team. Bogdanovich playing good. I mean, Jordan Clarkson. Obviously, last year was his 6th man of the year, but he's still playing on him. He just put up 20 points and they beat the Suns. Obviously, that's Jay Crowder's fault because he threw the ball out of bounds, but. Yeah, I have them, and then the other team, I think, the Grizzlies. I just think they're on a tear right now. Kind of give me Bengals vibes, just Cinderella run.
Okay,
just hey, this team is gritty. They're willing to do whatever it takes. They don't care about having a big lead to overcome. John Moran is arguably a top 3 MVP candidate.
John Moran, I'm on my Grizzly. You know what I mean? Shout out to him again.
Yeah, but I think those are the 4 teams, and 2 teams I left out. But I could see it happening just because Jokic and Luka are 2 gods with a basketball in their hand, but their teams suck. So it's tough to put them in that contender thing because they'll put up 45, 15, and 10 and lose by 20.
Is Jamal coming back this year?
Even if he does, I don't see him having too big of an impact with not having a season to play at all. They'll get Porter Jr. back.
Sprinkled in there.
Yeah, they'll get Porter Jr. back, but I just think Monte Morris not taking this step with Jamal out kind of worries me a bit about them in the playoffs. I could see the Nuggets having a chance, but the Mavs I just can't see it happening. It's all Luka.
Now, this is obvious to many people as well, and it's annoying to say because, if nobody was injured, whatever. I'm just saying, if Kawhi and PG somehow come back, I'm good on playing the Clippers too.
No, yeah, the Clippers, I don't think they're coming back. Well, that's why I didn't even mention them. But now next year, Clippers are dangerous. Picking up Norman Powell and Robert Covington with getting Kawhi and PG back with the young guys that have been taking steps for them. Like getting like a lot of people don't know, like Brandon Boston before he had like just a terrible year at Kentucky and was just so bad and falling all the way to the Clippers. He's been nice for them. I mean, they've got young guys that have been stepping up. Reggie's a clutch performer too. Yeah, I think next year they're dangerous, but you need Kawhi and PG there.
Yeah, I feel like I just had to throw them in. Just in case, they come back. How smart I'm going to look, Josh.
A genius, because I didn't even have them on my paper.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what I can do sometimes. All right, Josh, I want to get into our little break here where we take a quick, nice little break from everything. Because I noticed this one's about Wordle. You're not a fan. I thought you said you're never going to play, so what happened?
Well, I played, and then you only get one a day.
Yeah, bro.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I'm never touching that website again, bro. I probably will do it daily though now, even though I say that. Like that's like I did it, and then I was like, "How do I go to the next one?"
Did you do today's Wordle?
I did. What was the word again?
Did you get it?
I got it on like my 5th try. Took me a minute.
Today's word was choke.
Yeah, choke. Yeah, I had a bro.
I got it on my 4th try. I started off with Blaze, so I got the E. Then I went prone. Then I went to Stoke for some reason. And then I got choke.
Nice. Yeah, I found a website where you can do more. And
Wordle Unlimited.
Yeah, and I hate it even more because it just pissed me off, dude. Like I couldn't, because when there's certain words like how they end, and you're just thinking of like the word was ocean, but I wasn't pronouncing like before I got the O and the C, I was going like Ian, like what ends in Ian. So the ocean never even crossed my mind, and I didn't get it. I was like, I hate this. I don't even.
Bro, have you ever seen the Tim the Tatman clip of him playing Wordle when it was moist? Oh, listen, I'm not going to spoil it then. You go look up Tim the Tatman Wordle and find the one where he is doing the one where the word is moist, and just watch it. Because it is literally, first of all, if you don't watch Tim the Tatman anyway, you're missing out on life, because probably the funniest stuff I watch daily. He's such an idiot that it's just amazing. It's like I don't know. Like he'll try and guess a word. Like he'll have the last 2 letters and it'll be like EN, and then he'll just put in like XCH. And he's like, Kachian. That makes sense.
That's a word.
It's fantastic. But yeah, big love me some Wordle. I'm on I believe I'm on a 20 gamer. 20 in a row.
Yeah, I hate that game.
You got to build up.
But I get why everybody loves it, man. Especially because they limit you to one a day. It's like, I got to wait a whole day.
See,
but like, come on, there's so many words in the world. Like, come on, give us like 3 a day.
That's what I'm saying. I need one more than one. See, my problem is like tonight. I like to play them at midnight. Yeah, that's right. But I got class tomorrow, so I usually play during class. So it's just trying to keep myself entertained for a little bit because, well, the class certainly isn't doing it. But yeah, I don't know. Well, to continue our break real quick, Euphoria finale last night. I liked it. Parts I did not enjoy, of course. There was one scene, and everybody knows who has watched it, that took way too long. It was just literally unnecessary, bro. I really thought about skipping it. Really did. Because, listen, this ain't TV, baby. I can click, I'm right past it. But I didn't do it. I watched it. I listened to it. And I regretted it. But whatever. You can't have everything in the world, I guess. Good finale. Sickened, though. Got to wait 2 years for the next season.
2 years?
Oh, yeah. New season coming out 2024.
I'm waiting a year. I'm waiting a year to watch that.
No, you got
because I'm gonna love it, and then I'm gonna be like, 2 years. I don't want to be in that boat.
No, I
hate that boat.
We can talk about it on the show. You have to.
I hated the years between Stranger Things, and now it's finally happening. So that's about it. I
still haven't watched a single episode of that either.
Yeah, you're a bum. You gotta watch this show.
Not a single one.
I did actually start watching Rebels again though. Star Wars show. It wasn't as, I used to not watch it just because it was tough to get through every episode, but after season 2 and like halfway through 3, it picks up because there's a couple villains in there that aren't really in like any of the live action ones, and pretty badass.
Listen, we just need the Obi-Wan series.
God, man, we need the trailer. Just give me the.
Where's the trailer?
Like, just let me see Vader.
It comes out in May.
I know.
It is literally March, bro.
We don't even got a trailer.
Well, not literally. Technically, it's the 28th, but you know what I mean, people.
Yeah. I think we'll be getting one.
Oh, by the way, Josh, speaking of March and months and things, your boy officially put in his availability for my new job with the Renegades, part of their little production crew.
Hey,
you feel me? So we'll see. We'll see when I'm working with the Renegades and when I'm not. Might affect some of the episodes. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. For all my shows, not just for this one.
Connie, we already work around your schedule, so it's not changing anything.
We don't work around my schedule.
You were late today.
First of all, why do I always got to make the stream? I logged.
Why do I always got to make the doc?
Thinking it was going to be made for me already. Thinking this guy Josh could have done it. Nope, I had to make it. I had to make it myself.
Listen, man, I make the doc. I post the pod. You make the stream.
I am great at titling things.
Yeah, that's why I said I could never come up with titles at all. All yours make sense and they're perfect for the show. Like mine would be like generational sports. Let's get it. It'd be something so stupid. It'd be something so stupid.
That's why I do it for all the. Actually, no, I don't do it for the hard count. I do it for backstop though because Michael struggles with titles. Big struggle. Tough life out here for him. We're gonna go into part 2 of our over/under game though. For the NFL this time, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Let's go, Josh. I'm gonna get them all right again.
Yep, we have 4 of them. These are all, legends of the game.
Oh,
and their career highs.
Oh.
We'll start off with one of my favorite players of all time, and a guy who kind of really helped pioneer Wildcat into the NFL, Ricky Williams.
Okay.
Over under 205 rushing yards for his career high.
205? Pioneered the Wildcat.
Man, him and Ronnie Brown used to run that thing.
That's why I'm going to say over, because new things in the NFL usually work for like a year. So
just like the Wildcat, yeah.
Exactly. So they probably pulled out the Wildcat one game, and everybody was like, what the hell are you doing? And he ran amok on him.
Well, it was actually before his Wildcat run with Ronnie Brown, but it is over. In 2002, he had 228 yards.
That's a game.
Ricky was a beast, man.
I believe I had him in Ultimate Team.
I actually just started playing Madden Ultimate Team again because it's on the Game Pass, and that's the only games I play or whatever on the Game Pass. Yeah.
Why have we never played anything, Josh?
Kind of, we've had this conversation like 10 times because I suck at most games.
So I could have fun beating you. It's fine.
What's the fun in that for me?
You get to spend time with your lovely co-host.
Yeah, him just shitting on me. That sounds great.
Hey, you know what?
Next over/under. Another man, one of my favorite players of all time, because when he was on a tear was kind of right when I got into football. Mr. CJ2K, Chris Johnson. Same over/under, 205 yards. CJ2K.
I have to believe in that 2K year yet over 205 in a game. Have to.
A couple years there were only a couple years though. That's it's crazy. He was insane because I got into football. I started really watching the NFL like 08. And that's like CJ2K. Like that was
literally. I remember playing with him too.
Yeah, he's fast, man. Fast. And oddly enough, he and Ricky Williams had the exact same career high rushing yards.
Okay.
228 yards.
2 for 2, by the way.
2 for 2. Next up, moving over to receivers. Percy Harvin.
Oh, forgotten name to some.
Over under 130 receiving yards in a game. It's a lot of yards.
It's a lot of yards. Would you hit me with 3 overs in a row? I feel like I'm taking a multiple choice test right now, and I just put like A 4 times in a row, so there's no way the 5th one can be an A, right? 130. You know what? I'm going to go over.
I did put 3 straight overs.
Oh, yeah.
I did 156 yards for Percy Harvin. 156.
I don't know why him, and there was some other player that I feel like he was on the Vikings.
Sidney Rice?
Yes.
Sidney Rice was a dog.
Bro, I don't know why in Madden I used to be obsessed with them. Like I would do a franchise mode, and those were the 2 I would trade for every time. Yeah. I have no idea why.
Yeah. I mean, they were beasts, man. Sidney Rice was that man for a couple of years. But next up, another receiver who was that man for a couple of years. Mr. Braelyn Edwards.
Oh, my God. I haven't heard that name in forever.
Browns legend. Over under 150 yards.
150.
$150.
That's a lot of yardage, man.
That is a lot. With those quarterbacks, too, in Cleveland? Oof.
Could it be 4 overs in a row? I feel like I'm going to – you know what? I think it's a trick question. I think it is over.
It is a trick question. I was trying to get you to be like, no way he does 4 overs in a row, but I did do 4 straight overs. $154 for the Browns. It was
one of those close ones. Okay.
Yeah. No, I had to give you one of them. But yeah. All right. So you were what? In total, you got RJ. You didn't get Tyler Hero.
Nope.
Did you get Luka?
I did.
And then did you get over for JaVale?
I did. I guessed 11.
8-1. 8-1 on the day.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
We're moving up in the world here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all the NFL ones.
Now, Josh, I see this question too. Who will be this team's starting quarterback? I don't see a team.
That's because I'm going to give you teams that have question marks at the quarterback position heading into next season. I want you to tell me what you think they're going to do at the quarterback position, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
Start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I believe they go with somebody in the draft. And I don't know anybody in the draft besides like Kenny Pickett and that other dude who's like a dual threat, I think.
Malik Willis.
Yes. So whoever falls to them. Let's go with Pickett. Why not?
I kind of agree. But I also see a very realistic universe where we see Mason Rudolph for 17 games.
I do.
Because for some reason, the management and ownership over there love him. But yeah, I think, Kenny Pickett played at Pitt. Why would they not take the Pitt guy? I think that's a very realistic situation because he'll probably fall to them. Well, they're not even that far in the draft. Like, what are they picking? Like,
I thought they were like 18.
Yeah, I was going to say late teens. So, yeah, they'll probably be able to get him. But I wouldn't be shocked if they pass on QBs and start Mason Rudolph.
Because, hey, it could be a smart strategy. You start Mason Rudolph, you go, 2-15 now, not 2-14.
Bryce Young falls in your lap.
Exactly. Yeah. Could be smart.
But there are a lot of teams that might try to do that. One of those teams is the Washington Commanders. Who's going to be their starting quarterback?
Oof. Oh, my God. Man, I have no idea.
I'll tell you who I think. I think it's going to be Taylor Heineke again. I don't think they're in love with anybody in this draft. I could see them going out and getting a Teddy Bridgewater or something. But I think they're going to ride with Heineke. Hopefully, they probably want to have a bad year so they can either get,
I've also heard that they've dipped their toes into the Russells and the Watson Waters.
I could see that too. But I think it's going to be Heineke or Bridgewater. I just don't think they'll make a big move. I think they want either C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young next year.
I'll go with Teddy if they don't make a splash move, which I don't think they'll be able to do. So,
the Green Bay Packers.
It's going to be Rodgers. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I would love for him to go somewhere. It would make everything a lot more fun. Talk about you want to say that we would have a talking point for a show. Well, there you go. But yeah, I think he's going to end up staying. Listen, if they really had so much faith in Jordan Love, you think they would really deal with all his shit?
That's true. I'm on the exact opposite of you. I think it is going to be Jordan Love. I think Rodgers either retires or tries to force his way out. I think that's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I just see him being somewhere else, and I think Green Bay's okay with it. Obviously, they want to keep him, but they went and got Jordan Love, traded up for Jordan Love. You have to give him a shot at some point. If you extend Aaron for 4 more years, you're really going to limit what Jordan Love can do.
Josh, I just got this ESPN update. And I don't know how true this is because I don't know how you do a poll like this because I certainly didn't get asked. It says custom study from NFL. Nielsen found that 208 million in U.S., about 2/3 of the population, watched the Super Bowl. First of all, I want to know how you got the numbers. And second of all, if that's true, that's crazy.
But then also, like, majority of people watching the Super Bowl have friends over. Or
but like I wonder. Here's my thing. You ready for this? I wonder if they like took those numbers, combined them with like people tweeting about the about the Facebook about Super Bowl. You go into Facebook, seeing what people were saying about the Super Bowl. Like, I wonder if you can like kind of combine it and like make an assumption.
They can definitely do things to make that number seem much bigger than the actual numbers they have, which is more realistic for them.
Because you got to take in the streams as well.
Yeah, no, that's me. Like, I'm got cable. I'm not watching on TV. So that's interesting. Because, like you said, I don't remember being asked if I watched the Super Bowl.
Certainly not involved in a poll.
They probably used our tweets.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Would you be surprised?
No, absolutely not. No.
Bro, the NFL is such like I feel like people don't even realize like the next level that it's on. Like, there's nothing even close.
No.
We literally sat here and shit on the Pro Bowl for how long, and it outrated the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
By like 1 million. It's not even football. The NFL is ridiculous, man. Like it's Nielsen is a company that monitors that stuff. Christian, you know what business I'm in? You think I don't know this? You don't think I know about Nielsen ratings, baby? But I'm just saying. I wonder if they took, TV ratings and then, went on Twitter, went on Facebook, maybe a little maybe even check MySpace, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But the next team, Seattle Seahawks.
I really want to say Russell gets traded, but I have no idea who their quarterback would be if he did.
No first-round pick. Can't really pick a guy.
I mean, here's my thing, right? Do you trade him? Because, listen, New York has been one of the places that he's talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trade him to New York, get Danny Dimes back?
But really, do you mean not? Okay, give me a third instead of Danny. Like, I'm good on Danny.
Oh no, I'm great on Danny Dimes. Great on that. You're telling me 2/3 of the nation was tuned in to watch Cincy playing the Super Bowl, Michael? I think you could throw a lot of people into the Super Bowl and people would watch. It's the Super Bowl. It's basically, let's be real, it's basically a national holiday. Honestly.
And you also got to think about the people who aren't exactly like football fans and they're there for the commercials and halftime show. Like there are a lot of people like that in the world too.
LA was there, and that's why. Yeah, calm down. It's a Super Bowl, and you, like I said, you could throw.
Christian, were you at the parade?
Christian was. They go to the parade. The one that all 5 fans showed up to.
And the lady broke her spine. Christian, why didn't you go over and help her, Christian?
All right, did we ever talk about that? Did we ever talk about that?
We never did. We never did.
Bro, everybody in the everybody in the USN chat said that Stafford shouldn't have done anything.
What was he supposed to do?
Bro, no. Here's my thing. You're telling me he shouldn't have turned around and been like, yo.
He definitely, from my point of view, he was going to grab his first aid kit. That's what I think.
Common. All right, see? You're the worst type of person.
No, I'm joking. But no, I do think it's a bad look. The second she falls, he
just turned around and
left. He's wasted, bro. Like, he's fucking wasted.
I have been in some very questionable situations, in some very questionable conditions.
She broke her back from falling off of it. Was he supposed to jump off it?
No. But you tell him, bro, I'm telling you right now, if some random person fell off of a stage, I wouldn't just turn around and be like, yo, she needs help.
Yeah, but I mean, if he just like went over and looked down, like, is it just that? Like, what there's nothing he really could have done.
He walked. What do you mean there's nothing he could have done?
He did the wrong thing by walking away.
She needs help. That's all I want.
But everybody already saw it.
Jump down.
Everybody saw it.
What?
He wasn't the only one around there. Everybody saw it.
Yeah, his wife was
on
the
the float next to Matthew Stafford. Everybody was looking in that direction. So, I mean, somebody else is going to do something about it. I'm wasted trying to enjoy my Super Bowl. I'm sorry, lady.
I don't know. Bad guy.
He's paying for her injuries and everything. She had a GoFundMe going.
Yo, I saw something today on Snapchat too that it was like Matt Stafford's wife, and Kanye acts like TB12 would have went down and healed her. Christian, I dare you to go back into the podcast and name and play me a part of it where I said he should have went down and helped her. I dare you. I'll give you $100 right now. All I said exactly did you want? That she needs help. That's all I said.
She clearly needed help. You ain't got to point out the obvious. She just fell off a float. Like, yeah, somebody help her. Like, he probably should have done that. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, Matthew Stafford is a terrible person. Because that's what everybody was doing.
Bad guy move.
Bad guy?
Bad guy. Bad guy in that moment. That's all I'm saying. Not a bad guy in general.
Bad decision, not bad guy. Bad decision.
Yeah, there we go.
But when you're under the influence with as much as he was drinking, I'm sure
I could have handled it better. Just saying. Model citizen, that's why.
Okay.
Model citizen.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Russ stays too. I think this is gonna be one of those off seasons that we're all gonna get very excited for, and then nothing's gonna happen. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, Rodgers could get traded. There's quarterbacks in the draft. Watson can get traded. Like all these people can't get traded, and then nothing's gonna happen. Like I just get that. It's like it's that same feeling when like two high-powered offenses go against each other, and you're like, oh my god, this game is about to be 48-42 in the last, with the quarter left, and then all of a sudden it's the fourth quarter and it's 13-10.
Yeah, I definitely think I agree. I don't think as much is going to happen this offseason because normally when we've seen players force their way out, it's not as vague as what's going on with all these quarterbacks. Like it's Odell's dad tweeting out like clips of Baker sucking. Like that's usually what it is. It's not as like these guys are deleting pictures on social media, getting rid of the names in their bios. Like that's nothing.
Calm down. You and your agent, buddy.
Yeah, that's nothing. Kyler ain't going nowhere. And I also agree that Russ is not going to go anywhere this offseason. But if they don't make some moves to improve that team soon, I do see it happening. But I think I don't think he's just going to give up already. I mean, he obviously loves Seattle, so I think he'll be there next year. This one I think is fairly obvious, San Francisco.
Yeah, it's going to be Trey Lance.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's done. And I mean, they traded multiple firsts to get Trey Lance, so I think it's probably time to give him. But it's if they're confident in him yet. Because they could keep Jimmy another year. They just made a almost Super Bowl run.
Yeah, what if the Steelers just
Jimmy?
Hey, Jim,
I mean,
Jim,
listen,
how you
there's
doing, buddy?
so many teams Jimmy would be nice on. Tampa,
Huh?
Pittsburgh, I mean, New Orleans.
Ali Marpet, that was real random to me, by the way.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere. But shout out to him. 28, retired.
Hey, I don't blame him. He's made enough money to live his entire life.
Yeah,
You know,
he's only
no
28.
problems with it. He's 28. He can still actually move, and he won't have CTE by the time he's 40.
I saw something. Somebody tweeted out this number. They're like, the average years in the NFL for a player is 4 years. I was like, then you have to be counting in players that get cut at training camp. Because if you're counting like all the active roster guys, I feel like it's more than 4.
I don't know.
That's not a lot of years. Like Ali Marpet feels super young. Like he hasn't been in there a long time. 8 years.
I thought it was 7.
8 or 7 still. I feel like he was in his 3rd or 4th season.
True.
I don't know. I just feel like that number is – I don't believe that number. I feel like it's at least 6 or 7-ish.
Well, it probably counts people that get drafted and then cut.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you were in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. Like that drops that number significantly because that's
not wrong on that.
crazy. Yeah, but next team, speaking of Ali Marpet, Tampa Bay.
It's Wentz VP season.
Oh, okay.
Wentz VP season. I'm just saying. Looks like the Colts want to get him out of there, which doesn't make any sense. Listen, I know they didn't make the playoffs. I believe he had 20 something and 7 this year. Had one of the better passer ratings in the NFL. Like, if they make the playoffs, you literally have no problems with him.
I gotta say, I really do respect your dedication to Carson Wentz. You just tried to make it sound like he had a stellar season. Like if Jonathan Taylor ain't carry that team the whole damn year.
Listen, did Jonathan Taylor do a lot for that team? Yes. Well, look.
A lot.
Bro. Carson Wentz had 3,563 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Why are we acting like he had like
and this guy
20
hates
and
Lamar
15?
Too. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me how you point out the numbers like they're good, but then we go look at Lamar's. You're like, these are ass.
You want to go look at Lamar's again?
Well, let's compare them. You're saying Carson Wentz had a good year. Like this is a upgrade. Like this, he's better than what he was.
You know what?
And you're saying Lamar is done. So I just want to hear the numbers.
Hold on, let's compare. We're just going to compare 2020 or 2022.
Right. Yeah,
2021, I should say. God, I had a stroke. Lamar Jackson. Let's compare.
Also tell me games played.
All right.
Because Carson Wentz missed some time too, so I don't know who had more games. Because
totals. So Lamar played 12. Carson played 17. Lamar
did no way. Carson didn't he miss a game?
Oh
no, he played with the 2 sprains.
Oh yeah, 2 sprain Wentz.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 12 to 17.
Lamar had a better completion percentage by 2 points. Give him credit for that. 2,882 yards. So probably would have passed for more yards than Wentz. I would say that. 16 touchdowns. 13 interceptions. Let's see. So we got fumbles on here. I mean, hey, Lamar only had 2 rushing touchdowns. My boy Wentz had 1. Look at that. Close on that as well.
What were Carson's numbers again?
He had 62% completion percentage, 63 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks, and a rushing touchdown.
Okay. And you're still on the Carson Wentz is up here, Lamar down here this season.
Well, first of all,
that's literally what you made it sound like. Because the way you talk about Lamar and the way you just talked about Carson Wentz before we got at the numbers.
No. I'm pointing because, all right, let's be in all seriousness right now, Josh. If I said, what'd you think of Carson Wentz this year? Everybody would be like, terrible. He was awful. And then you go look, 27-7. That's not bad.
But obviously, Connie, we're both eye test guys. He lost them some games.
I can agree.
He basically the entire reason. Well, no, because that defense let Jacksonville put numbers on him. But he's a big reason they didn't make the playoffs.
Jonathan Taylor didn't do anything in that Jacksonville game.
They didn't let him.
And they didn't let Wentz do it. So why doesn't
they gave it to Wentz? They were like, hey, we want JT for the playoffs. Can you beat the Jags? And he couldn't beat the Jags.
Hey, Josh Allen couldn't beat the Jags.
And when these two dueled, can we look at their head-to-head numbers, actually? Lamar versus Carson Wentz. They had a pretty nice game this year, didn't they?
That was a very good game. Let's see.
I mean, when they actually went head-to-head, who came out on top?
I know. Listen, Lamar won. Josh.
But it's not about winning. I'm talking about the numbers.
Than Wentz.
Then why you talk about Lamar like he's here and Carson's here?
Because I'm just saying, if you look at the numbers, people think Wentz is awful. He had 27-7. That's not bad.
That is not great.
27-7?
It's not great. I didn't say it was bad. I said it's not great.
That's above average. I'll tell you that.
It is above average, but it's not great.
What would you say if I told you you're a quarterback at 16-13?
I'd say how many games you play.
Even if I said 12.
I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my!
He turned the ball over, but only having 16 touchdowns. He didn't play enough. If he had 33 and something and like double-digit picks,
he played.
No, I get it. I'm just saying hypothetically. Are you just looking at it because the touchdown total so low? He missed 5 games. He wouldn't get to 33. But are you just saying that because the touchdown total was so low?
What about the interceptions being so high?
But if the touchdown total was higher,
he would probably have thrown more interceptions anyway.
All right.
You think he was never going to throw another pick again?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if the touchdown was higher, like if it was in the mid-20s, would you be looking at it as if it was so bad?
No, I mean, hey, listen, if Wentz could have won, we wouldn't have been talking a lot of kudos there, huh?
No, even if the Wentz made the playoffs, they could have gotten away a championship game in the bag. Wow, Jonathan Taylor is so good.
First overall pick next year.
Oh yeah, all over the leagues. Everywhere.
Listen, I got about 6 first-round draft picks in this one league. Might have to trade them all.
Yeah, yeah. But then you gotta be careful, man. I thought the same thing about David Johnson and CMC. I mean, it's tough making that decision.
I'll never forget my first 2 years of playing fantasy football. First pick, back-to-back years. I believe it was Jamal Charles and Eddie Lacy.
I didn't really get into it until like late high school years, and I think the 1 year where I was like really into it took Saquon.
I've never been a Saquon guy. I can say I was ahead of that train as well. You know, Josh, you got to admit, some of my takes have aged unbelievably.
Yeah, they have. Josh Allen, you were right about. Carson Wentz, you were wrong about. I can't nor, like say it's true or not about Saquon. I don't ever remember you talking about that. So
that's okay. It's whatever. Whatever. We got any more teams?
We do.
Okay.
But we didn't say Tampa. Well, you said Carson Wentz. I didn't say mine. I think
it'll be Wentz Bay.
I think this is where Jimmy goes. I think they go after Jimmy. I think it just makes sense. You just had time. Now you get Jimmy. I think it just makes sense. New Orleans.
Ooh. I think, believe it or not, Taysom Hill is going to be their quarterback.
Really?
I really do. I think they're kind of in the same situation of just let him be the quarterback, suck, and then get a quarterback next year.
Could see it happening, but I think he starts week 1. I do think Taysom Hill will be the week 1 starter, but I think they draft Matt Corral. I think he's a good person for that system. We'll have to see how the system looks now with no Sean Payton and everything, but yeah, I think they're going to go get a young guy. I think it'll probably be Matt Corral. And I think they let Taysom suck for a little while, and then they're like, all right, we have to put this guy in now because Taysom's losing us games. Carolina Panthers.
Josh, Christian said you guys are drafting hold on. I think he said Malik you guys are drafting Malik.
I'd love that. That would be so nice.
I believe it. Yeah, he said Panthers take Willis.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Me, on the other hand, Josh, I'm gonna shoot high for you because you're my friend, my pal, my buddy. I think you guys can just trade for Watson.
Ooh, I like that. That'd be smart. We've really struggled at the quarterback position over recent years. Since 2015, it sucked. 20, more like late 2017. But unfortunately, this franchise sucks. And we'll at least do something nice with our pick. I think we're going to go get Charles Cross, which I do like for our future. But we're paying Sam Darnold $18.5 million. Yeah, they're going to fucking play him. They're going to play him. And he's going to be the starter for the entire year. Malik Willis is going to go to a team and become a perennial all-pro guy. And we'll have Sam Darnold and maybe Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud next year. But yeah, I think Sam Darnold's about to play 17 more games, and I'm going to hate my life.
Are you going to pick? Oh, wait, no, you said you're not picking them all the time next year.
Hell no. Hell no.
What if they trade for Watson?
If he plays. Hell yeah, it's back on. I said that. I said if we get Rodgers, Russell, or Deshaun,
what if they draft them all over
again? No, I can't do it rookie year. That's not fair to Malik. It's a lot of pressure on the young fellow. Denver Broncos.
You know, I said that Rodgers was going to stay with the Packers, but I really do think if he leaves, this is where he would go.
I can see it.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
This is the weirdest team for it because you only hear Rodgers. No other names.
Like,
I'll tell you what I think. I think Jameis Winston. Like, why the hell not?
I forgot Jameis existed for a second.
You got weapons. You got a nice duo at running back. Let Jameis throw that thing around a little bit.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
Oh no, how much I would enjoy it as a Bronco fan.
I feel bad for them.
I wouldn't mind it. I'll go with it. Why not?
Since you have Winston-Annapolis heading to Tampa Bay, who's going to be the Colts quarterback?
See, I think if they got rid of Wentz, I feel like that's the perfect spot for Jimmy. It's the same system. You literally just let JT run the ball and pass it like 3 times a game to Michael Pittman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know for the Colts. Because, I mean, you look at the guys on the move. I already have Jimmy in Tampa. I guess I'll go Aaron Rodgers.
I would love that.
I think Aaron Rodgers would love to go play for Indy, have a nice running back, young receivers.
See, the only reason I don't think Rodgers is going to leave is because it just wouldn't make sense. Only because the AFC is so much better. Like, I don't think people realize that the NFC is going to be so bad next year. Like, you're literally about to have the Rams, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, do you really trust the Bucs now?
Hell no. Not unless they get a capable quarterback.
I think they lost 2 linemen and Brady.
Yeah.
And then you don't even know if they're going to lose Godwin yet.
I think just when you look at the AFC, like obviously the quarterback talent over there is insane, but also the teams that are very well rounded everywhere but quarterback, like the Colts, like the Broncos, like the Steelers, like all the teams that don't have a quarterback are really good everywhere else. The Dolphins, yeah. I mean, they're really good everywhere else. So I don't know. I think Rodgers in Indianapolis would be really nice. Not the toughest division in the world, especially if Watson's gone. So I think that'd be nice.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
Well, Josh, I had one more MLB thing, but I still haven't, we haven't heard any news yet. So I'll save it for next week. I'm going to save it. See how you feel about this time next week. Because it could go either way right now for the lockout's ending. Lockout's going to continue on, but we'll find out. So listen, people, with that being said, that's going to wrap up the episode. Look at that. Even without too much going on, we did a nice hour 34. It's unbelievable how good we are at this.
Beautiful.
Somebody sign us already. All right, Josh, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Jaylen_4. Make sure you head over to the YouTube channel so you can interact with us like our boy HG over here.
Yes, sir.
And make sure if you haven't already, head over to Underdog. Use code GENZ. Double your first deposit up to $100.
Only.
And yeah, tune in next Monday, 7 Eastern.
Yes, sir. As for me, Anthony Conover _ over there on Twitter. For all my thoughts on everything. GENZ Sports, as you can see right there, is where you can find us, tweeting out from there occasionally and doing all of our stuff, tweeting out the pods. Listen, Tuesdays, I do the hard count as well with CJ. That's 9 Eastern. Taking a little bit of time off, but we should have some people filling in for us. Hopefully, we couldn't get anybody last week. Hoping to get somebody to fill in this week. That's all things NFL. Thursdays, I got Backstop Banter, where me and Michael talk about everything in the baseball world, or at the moment, lack thereof, the baseball world. A little tough out here. Twitch, Anthony _ Conover. I put all of the pods over there as well. You can watch all of them back if you miss anything. And speaking of pods, make sure you go listen. Like Josh said, Generational Sports, Hard Count, Backstop Banter. Listen, they're available everywhere. So if you love this voice, which I don't know why you wouldn't, make sure to go and listen to the pods. Leave a nice like. Leave a comment about the pod. If you got any suggestions, go ahead and hit us up on Twitter as well. But, Josh, with that being said, I think it is once again time for us to go. We will see you all, I should say, next Monday.